That's
but
crazy.
I do speak up for women in gaming a lot, and so, they have a lot of choice words about that. I promise you, I'm not exaggerating when I wake up and I get hate comments every single day for one reason or another from men who, my shop aesthetic isn't gamer like.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back, lovely lemons. Today we got the opportunity to interview Alyssa from TTinventory, Threads and Thistles Inventory, and we learned some amazing things. If you want to join the show live, it's on twitch.tv/lemonginger horizons every Thursday at or around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I feel like there is really good advice in here for anyone, even if you're not a woman interested in business, but I felt like a lot of things in here were relatable, so let's get into it. Hello?
Hi.
Hi! That was so fast. How are you?
I'm good. My Switch is now up to 96 hours for the download, so
96 hours? That's wild. So it's my
yeah.
basement. So I always ask people, like, do you want to come to my basement? So here's my empty
Is this
living
how I
room.
get murdered?
No, it's actually a quite nice basement. It's just like, I think that's going to be the room that I keep, like, to keep changing out. So here is your little room. I tried to make it very cozy. You
Oh,
give
that is
me,
so cute.
oh,
I
I'm
love
glad you
that.
like it. You give me like really cozy vibes. So, hi Wolfie, welcome to the chat.
Oh, I'm so sad you set it up like a little interview and everything, and I can't be there because my Switch is being ridiculous. I'm
It's
so
okay.
sad.
You're a ghost and you're
Aw,
still here. You're
I'm
still
there.
here.
I'm there in spirit.
So yeah, and I gave you teddy bears, and I don't know if you're musical at all, but I gave you a piano and I gave you bunnies and plants.
Well, the little maple leaf stool is one of my favorite items,
It's
so
so
yes.
cute.
Yes.
Alyssa, are you ready for my hard-hitting questions though?
Yes.
Okay, seriously, I followed you for like a good year, I think.
Oh, really? Awesome.
So I want to apologize. I actually found you through Cozy Valley, who I think is one of your brand ambassadors,
Hmm.
right?
Absolutely, yeah. Madeline's great.
Uh-huh. So I actually like saw photos of like from her account of like all these cute things, and then I never read captions, and I actually read the caption one day, and she was like, "I'm a brand ambassador for TTinventory." And I was like, "What's TTinventory?" And that's how I found you. And I apologize that I didn't buy anything until now, but I'm just scatterbrained. That's more the reason than anything. But I'm so excited. I'm getting a beanie and a t-shirt in the mail soon.
Oh, awesome. Which one did you get?
I got the KK Slider t-shirt because I think that's totally goes with
Classic.
my like vibe. I like retro looking stuff. And then I got the noob beanie, which is perfect because I'm always calling myself a noob, and I'm going to wear it
Excellent.
exclusively when I play Fortnite because I talk about how much of a noob I am all the time when I play Fortnite. So,
Fortnite is great. It's okay, I could be totally wrong here. This is at least just how I see it. All right. So there's Call of Duty, there's Fortnite, and there's Valorant, all have different vibes. So Call of Duty is very just like run in and shoot them, and it's just very intense.
mhm,
And then Fortnite is just ridiculous and
mhm,
silly in my opinion. And then Valorant is very strategic.
mhm.
And I personally like again, I am not a first person shooter expert by any means, but that's at least how I see it. And so Valorant is I love Valorant. Like I'm obsessed with playing Valorant, and I took a little break yesterday while I
Mhm.
was still sick, and that's all I did yesterday. So I love Valorant.
I've never played Valorant. I think I've only heard of it from my brother playing it like once or twice.
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's
It's one
really
of my
good.
favorites. Yeah, it's really good.
All right, guys, maybe we're gonna have to try. Yeah, I would like to start with our first question of just kind of like, what's your gaming story? What did you play when you were a kid? Like, what's the first one that got you hooked? What are your favorites right now? Tell us about all that.
So when I was a kid, I regrettably did not have a GameCube, and I shouldn't be complaining about the fact that I didn't have more consoles. But I wish that I grew up playing Zelda. I grew up playing basically Mario games, and one of my favorite games at the time when I was in like third grade was Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, if you
Oh,
remember playing that game.
I've never even
And
heard of that.
really, oh, it's just super silly and it's a lot of fun. I used to play Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz all the time with my friends. And I think like a lot of people, it was an escape for me. I don't know. I had a really interesting childhood and I loved my family, but there was just a lot that would go on. And so I would escape and play video games, and my sister and I didn't have the best relationship growing up, but whenever we played video games together, we seemed to always get along. And
Aw.
she's my younger sister, and so she would always be the player too in the
Mm-hmm.
Mario games like Super Mario Galaxy. And so that's what really like got me hooked into video games. And I would escape to my best friend's house, who lived down the road, and we would play on her Super Nintendo, and we would play Donkey Kong. So that's kind of what got me started. It
Mm-hmm.
was more of an escape for me, and I would play a lot of Nintendo games. And then I don't know, when I got older, I mean, my parents are also super into video games and just tabletop games and stuff, so we would play a lot of games, and I never really considered myself a gamer because anytime I would mention that I love playing video games, and I know not all women have this experience, but at least I did. All the boys would be like, oh yeah, you play Call of Duty then? Do you play World of Warcraft? Do you play?" And I'm like, "Well, no," and they're like, "Oh, that's why I thought."
Yeah.
And then they made me feel like I wasn't a real gamer, so I never really considered myself a gamer. Um, but anyways, I mean, I guess that's the simple version of it. But I guess the last bit of it would be one of my all-time favorite memories, I think, was when I was in fourth grade. I think it was about fourth grade, and I woke up to my Game Boy SP underneath the Christmas tree on Christmas Day, and that was
Aw.
like one of my favorite memories, and I was so happy to have my Game Boy SP, and then I got the DS, and it helped calm me down during swim meets. And so yeah, so I've kind
Aw.
of gradually gained some consoles and stuff, but
Mm-hmm. The
yeah, that's kind of my
handhelds, the
story.
DS, the Switch, the handhelds to me
Mhm.
are the best because you can take them, like you said, calm you down at swim meets. Like you could portable it. Isn't that amazing?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was extremely helpful, especially for somebody who struggles with anxiety like I do. So
Mm-hmm. I can relate. I didn't have a handheld console until I'm turning 29. Until I was 27, I didn't have a handheld console. Um, but I can relate now.
yeah,
I had
for
um
sure.
I had the Game Boy Color, like, so for my experience was video games were for boys, but according to my parents. So my brother had all the consoles and I would get them like hand me
Right.
down from him. So I had his Game Boy Color, but when I was in high school, like when I was like 15.
Mhm. Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, since I'm one of two
Hmm.
children, and so since I was the older one, they kind of all went to me, which was nice.
Oh, my
But
brother is younger than me, but I still got
oh,
them hand
okay.
me down from him because video games were only for boys.
Right. I totally feel that. Yeah, that's why I didn't really connect with the guys whenever I'd play video games. And I mean, and
Hmm.
I wanted to play other games like World of Warcraft and whatever, but I just didn't feel included, but
Hmm.
that's all right. I think times are changing and people are actually learning that, hobbies are not gendered. So,
Right. Oh man. So yeah, they say that Super Nintendo is such a throwback. Johnny Fire says my range was basically Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1 and 2, Nintendo GameCube, and Xbox 360.
yes.
Wolfie loves the Wii. I loved the Wii. That was one thing that like it was like kind of for all of us. My brother mainly played it, but we had like some good Mario Kart memories for sure.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Well, my latest hot take is that, so have you played the Nintendo Sports yet?
No, but I want to get it. But I haven't even gotten Pokemon Arceus yet. We're a
Oh
little
my
bit
gosh.
obsessed with Animal Crossing over here, so I'll probably finish my Fairy Island and then go to Pokemon Arceus and then go
That
to
is
Nintendo
totally
Sports.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own Animal Crossing stories that I can share in a bit. But yeah, I was upset because I mean, and I might eat my words. Maybe I need to play it a little bit more. But Nintendo Sports was like a little bit of a letdown for me because
Aw.
I was so excited because I loved Wii Sports and I loved the Wii in general, and so Wii Sports was like a huge thing for me. And so the Switch Sports just for me anyways, it just I mean, not that Wii Sports was supposed to be really challenging, but Nintendo Sports feels really easy and they feel like it feels like they don't understand the vibe of what Wii Sports is. Like Wii Sports, it was funny because of all like the silly little things that the Mii's could do, and you could make them flail around and look ridiculous. And in this one, it's just
Uh-huh.
very in Nintendo Sports, it's very structured, and the sports are not very challenging. And
Hmm.
they don't have baseball, which is a bummer,
Mm-hmm.
and they have badminton and tennis, which is like why? I mean, make one
Because
of
they're
them
like the same
baseball.
thing, basically, right?
Right. So I don't know. Maybe I need to play it a little bit more. But my friend and I, who we both were obsessed with Wii Sports, we played it together and we were like, well, I'm kind of bored. We got off after like 30 minutes. So that was, so I'd be interested to hear everybody else's take if they've ever played it.
Oh, I'm sure Wolfie's gonna have some hot takes. He just said, I have Arceus and Switch Sports. Have you ever oh, you're talking to Johnny about One Piece. Um,
Hmm.
Wii Sports was hard because of Matt. What do you mean? Wait, because of Matt? I remember with Wii Sports, my arms would be sore from the boxing. The boxing was my favorite.
Oh, I
So,
loved boxing. Yes, I
yeah.
totally forgot about the boxing.
And they don't have that in the Nintendo Sports?
No, they have like six
I'll,
games in the
I'll be holding
Nintendo
my
Sports.
Joy-Cons and be like punching.
Yes. They have badminton, they have tennis, they have, I forget what it's called, but they have some weird form of fencing. And then
Hmm.
they have soccer, which I haven't played yet, but like I don't know how you would play
Kick a
that.
virtual ball? Like,
I I have no idea. So soccer, tennis, badminton, fencing, and then the last one, I don't even remember.
hmm.
I can't even remember if I think there was about six sports, but either way, they don't have boxing and they don't have baseball, so I was kind of bummed.
So, Wii Sports is not your favorite game right now. Is Valorant your
No,
favorite game right now?
no, Wii Sports is my favorite.
Oh,
Nintendo Sports
no,
is
I
not
mean,
my
sorry,
yeah.
I meant Nintendo Sports. Your favorite game right now is not Nintendo Sports. What is your
Yes.
favorite game like right now, right now?
Right now, it is Valorant because I'm trying to grind and get my rank up. But I was obsessed with Animal Crossing for a super long time, and since you just followed me within the last year, I guess you don't know how my shop started, which was oh, Tyler's in the chat now.
Oh,
Hi, Tyler.
hi.
Or T. I'm sorry, he told me not to call him Tyler anymore. Hi, T.
Okay, is that who just
Uh,
followed? Is that Peg City 8-bit? Thank you for the
yes,
follow, by the way.
yes.
Okay,
He's
yay. Is this one of your
super supportive.
friends?
Yes, his name is T. He's wonderful.
Welcome, T. Thank you for coming on in. Welcome, welcome. Um, So
Yeah.
yeah, it covered up what you said because I need to turn that off. I have like a follow like song that played, so I didn't get everything you said. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. I was just saying, so about a little over a year ago, well, I guess at the start of the pandemic, so that was way more than a year ago. That's crazy. I started an Animal Crossing account and I was obsessed with Animal Crossing right when everyone else was obsessed with
Hmm.
Animal Crossing when it came out. And I actually became a micro influencer in the Animal Crossing community very temporarily,
Hmm.
and I would like host tours and do island tours and stuff, so that was a lot of fun. So I'm super excited to get all this re-downloaded so I can get on and play again.
Ah, that's what I'm doing right now is all of the tours. We
Yes.
do tours our tours got smashed yesterday. We weren't able to tour because my stream was dropping frames, but that's kind of what we do over here a lot right now.
Mhm.
Some people are still doing them. There's a couple other streamers that's like the main thing that they do is like island tours and stuff. So it's super
Yeah.
fun, isn't it?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I miss doing that, but I am super consumed with the shop and I would much rather be consumed with the shop right now anyways. It's a lot of
Hmm.
fun. So that's kind of what got me into the shop actually was I was playing Animal Crossing and I noticed there's like a lot of inside jokes and a lot of just I don't know, cuteness in Animal Crossing and I was like there could be a lot of awesome design ideas for clothes for Animal
Yep.
Crossing because, you go online and at least in my personal opinion, like not all the options are great for gaming clothes in general,
Hmm.
including Animal Crossing. They're just very loud and in your face. And so I decided to start my own store based off
Uh-huh.
of Animal Crossing. So that was my first collection.
Uh-huh. Someone in the chat just subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Cynthia, if you're here. Yeah, I want to buy everything. I had to limit myself, but we'll probably be back. I want to take a second since you just mentioned it and it's starting to come up. Just if I can find yes, I can. I just want to like show off some of the things in your shop real quick. Pretty, everything's so pretty. So you were like
Thank you.
obsessed with Animal Crossing, so it started with Animal Crossing.
Yes, it did. It started with, I believe, three designs in Animal Crossing. I had the BRB out of inventory space, which is still one of my
That's
most
widely
popular.
popular. I see it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So that was like the first design yeah, that one right there is the first design I made.
Hmm.
And the sapling design, which is the books and sapling design, and then the support your local lavender farm, which was like a deep inside joke in the Animal Crossing community. I don't know
Hmm.
if you know about that one, like just how
Yes.
everybody uses the purple hyacinth. So I put those in a bucket. Um, and so those were my first three designs ever in the shop.
So creative. Like no one's
Thank
gonna
you.
know what that really means, especially the lavender farm. I love it.
Right. Well, I think the best part is like they're inside jokes, but if you
Hmm.
don't get it, you can still wear them and they're still cute. And I get comments like that a lot, and it makes me really happy to see that people think that way. Oh, you're just reminding me that I need to edit all of those images on that collection.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
have to,
I just really
no, it's
love the
okay.
second
Um,
breakfast. It's so
oh, right,
cute.
my little Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
So cute.
yes.
Yeah, and
Um,
so I just want to like tell my chat
yeah.
real quick, just give like a quick overview because it's not just Animal Crossing. It started with Animal Crossing, but I see Club Penguin, feminist stuff, RPG, Assassin's Creed, Skyrim, The Witcher. Oh my God, I didn't see that. I was on my
Hmm.
phone last time I was here. Minecraft, Pokemon, Stardew Valley, The Legend of Zelda, and then your own personal brand. I didn't see that either.
Oh, yeah, the brand is just my logo, and it's
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's just mostly for brand ambassadors or if
Hmm.
anybody happens to want my logo.
Yeah.
That's what that is. But yeah, I've got quite a bit of stuff in there, and I'm gonna add on more soon. And the Minecraft one was the latest launch, so
Yes, with the bee. So cute.
yes, yes,
So I did have questions that I wrote and then I clicked off
yeah.
of them. So what's your favorite like console though?
My favorite console,
If
it
you had to answer.
depends. If I have to answer, I would say I'm a PC gamer.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends, you know. I mean, the Switch is obviously really nice because I can be handheld, but I also prefer to dock my Switch and play on the TV. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, I mean, I think I would prefer PC. I don't know, there's just something about chilling at my desk and playing Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing or,
Mhm. Yeah,
so I
a
think
lot of
that would be
people
my
play
favorite.
Stardew on PC and do all these mods, but I've only ever
Yes.
played it on Switch.
Yes.
Mhm.
I have not played it on Switch. I
Oh.
am too comfortable and stubborn now to get to get Stardew Valley off of my PC.
Aw.
Plus, you're right, I love my mods and so I don't know if I'm ready to switch over to Switch quite yet for Stardew.
I don't even know how to mod on Stardew. I have no clue. I've not played it barely at all though.
Oh, it's
Um,
so good.
so PC gaming, and that's what Valorant is from. Valorant is mostly a PC game.
Yes, Valorant is only a PC game,
Oh, okay.
I
That's why
believe.
my brother plays it. He's a PC gamer.
Yes. I heard rumors that Riot, which is the creator of Valorant, they were pushing it to other consoles. Maybe Wolfie knows more than I do. Um, he said, I think I just saw that he said, "What about docking it to your computer?" Yeah, I do that as well. I just really like playing on my computer.
Hmm.
So, Yeah.
Stardew is not a
Um,
Switch interface, which really annoys me. Oh, is that why I'm having? Because I found it so hard to like go fishing and stuff, and everyone was like, It was way better on PC. It's way better on PC.
it is.
So maybe I'm gonna have to try. I have not played any PC games. Period. We have a PS5 here. That's mostly my husband's thing, and then I have the Switch, which is like all completely my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. My husband is actually the one who helped me get into PC gaming specifically.
All right, all right. I see that. Yeah, if anyone gets me into PC gaming, it'll definitely be my brother. I'm pretty sure he plays Valorant like a lot.
Valorant's great. It's
Mm-hmm.
very addictive.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Dare I try someday? Okay, just because
Yes.
I'm curious, are you a coffee person or a tea person?
Coffee.
Heck
And
yeah.
I'm sure if you follow me, you also follow Cozy Games Kennedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she and I fight about that all the time because she's a huge tea drinker and
Mm-hmm.
I love coffee. So my husband works for Baratza if you know what or sorry, Breville and Baratza if you know what Breville is.
No, I don't.
Um Breville is they make various coffee machines for your home. So if somebody has a coffee machine in their house, it's most likely a Breville.
Okay.
Um so we're and we live in Seattle, so we're big coffee drinkers over here.
Oh, yeah, everyone talks. I didn't know that you were in Seattle. See, I didn't even
Yeah.
think to ask. Yeah, everyone talks about I'm in Detroit, Michigan. Everyone talks about like Seattle's a coffee town, but I've never been over there. I've been to California, but not north of that. So,
Yeah.
I've not experienced.
Well, I've moved around quite a bit. I've only been here for about 4, 5 years, maybe
Hmm.
longer. Oh my gosh. Well, I've been here since I started college, so I guess it's been a while. But yeah, I mean, Seattle's great. Yeah, I mean that would be the reason for my coffee addiction now is because there's a Starbucks on every corner. I mean, and that, I mean, Starbucks Seattleites kind of, stick their nose up at Starbucks, but nonetheless, since Seattle is where the first Starbucks was, there's a Starbucks on every corner. So it's
Uh-huh.
very easy to get coffee.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we here Starbucks is like the fancy coffee.
Yes, I believe that. Yeah,
It's
Seattleites are
like
just very stuck up.
oh man, I need to experience that because we do have like our like upscale like coffee shops, like they roast it, all in house, but
hmm
it's still, still a lot of like suburban areas where Starbucks is the fancy one. So,
I mean, I love Starbucks. My husband is very pretentious. He's super sweet, very pretentious, and since he works for Breville, he sticks his nose up at Starbucks as well, but I don't care. I love Starbucks.
hmm. Yeah, I like the like brown sugar oat milk drink. That's
I
like my
love
favorite one right
all of
now.
it.
What?
Yes. I love all of it. I agree with you.
Yes. Okay, so we got more coffee people because my username was lemon ginger tea. I just changed it because I'm doing more like I changed it like 3 times, but it was lemon ginger tea because like that's like my favorite kind of tea that I drink. But then it's ironic because whenever I'm on stream, I always am drinking coffee. So had to ask. Like I'm
I'm not
more
a
of a coffee person too.
Yes, I'm not against tea. I usually drink it if I'm not feeling well or if I'm feeling like I don't know, sometimes I feel like I drink too much coffee, so then I drink tea and then it's one of those moments where it's like I just feel like I'm so healthy because I'm drinking tea.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the mood.
Yep, it totally a mood. You two should play Valorant together, says Wolfie. Oh my god, if you're down for like a total beginner.
Sure.
Um,
I love playing with beginners because then I just feel like I'm just this big hot shot that knows how to get all these kills. So yes.
well, be the hot shot. I will be the entertainment for how funny it is about how bad I am. That's what we do with Fortnite. And then Wolfie also says, "Oh, by the way, thank you, Johnny, for the compliment on the room. I made this to kind of match Alyssa's aesthetic. She's got, very cottagecore, very neutral tones kind of vibes. So I made this room for her."
So
And
cute.
Wolfie also says, "Can I throw a curveball in there? Tea, coffee, or hot chocolate?"
Oh my gosh. Man. Man, I'm gonna be that person and say hot chocolate specifically, like around fall and winter, just hits different. And so
That's very
I
fair.
Yes, and so I don't. It's all circumstantial for me. Tea is when I'm feeling like I'm being healthy, which is, not how that works, but in my head it is. And then coffee is just always. And I don't know, hot chocolate is, man, that's a hard question. I love hot chocolate. To answer your question, I don't know.
Peppermint hot chocolate right around Christmas time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
From Starbucks, it's a win-win.
Oh, yes. Yes, the peppermint
There you
mocha
go.
from Starbucks. Yes.
There you go.
All right. All right. Okay, so what gave you the idea to oh my God, I can't talk, to start your shop? Was it literally just I like these Animal Crossing designs, or was there like more to it?
I mean, there were stepping stones, but that was basically it. I mean, I always have to be busy, and that's kind of my flaw.
Mm-hmm.
So when the pandemic hit, I was actually in school to I graduated with my prevention and intervention sciences degree to become a psychologist.
Ooh.
And I got my degree, and then I lost all three of my jobs because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was bored out of my mind and I didn't know what to do with myself. And then and my husband was like, "How about you actually practice relaxing?" And so I was like, "That sounds like a nice idea." And so I got Animal Crossing, and then that whole story. Um, what got me my stepping stone into the shop, aside from the fact that I felt like I had a lot of designs for Animal Crossing, was I created an Etsy shop whenever I had my Animal Crossing account, and I was selling photo presets, so filters for photos specifically for Animal Crossing photos.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually made a ton of money off of that.
Really?
Yeah, I think I sold them for like, I can't remember, $2 or $5 per filter because it took me a while to make them. But I ended up making like thousands of dollars off of that during
That's
the pandemic.
amazing.
Yeah, it honestly was. It was awesome, and I was really proud of myself, and I thought, you know what, if I can do this, I can do so much more than that. And that was my first time ever opening any sort of a shop. So I guess that's what got me started was um
Okay.
was realizing if I can do this, I can definitely open a shop for something else. So I did research into manufacturing companies and designers to help me out whenever I need the help for designs. And yeah.
That's amazing. It all came from Animal Crossing presets, which is
It did.
hilarious because I make mine for free. And you're telling me you made thousands of dollars.
Yes, I'm kind of the villain that was charging them, but I was like, you know what? I'm putting a lot of effort into making these. I might as well like make a few bucks while I lost all three of my jobs during the pandemic. If I was doing it now that I'm actually making, I would totally make them for free now. But a girl's got to make money somehow whenever you lose three of your jobs. So that was
You do
kind of my
you.
job. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Mine are not good anyway, so that's part of why mine are free. Um,
oh no.
um,
As
but
long as you're having
anyways,
fun with it.
oh, I'm having fun, but whenever I do like I want like a cute Animal Crossing feed and I like got wide angle photos from someone with a modded Switch, I use a preset that I bought from someone else too. So, cuz mine
Oh
are not
yeah.
that good. I just play. But anyway, so you started with presets and then you were like I could do something bigger and then you had these design ideas because you're super creative and that's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So the process then, like how long did it take before you were like running the shop and what were some of like the biggest challenges? I'm kind
Oh
of like
man.
asking with like the thought of like giving advice to like someone, a young woman who wants to maybe do the same.
Gotcha. So there are actually a lot of directions I could take with that, but meaning, there were of course a lot of challenges like financially and then mental preparation and then gathering all of my resources, whatever. But I think as far as talking to young entrepreneurs goes, the biggest lesson for me and advice that I'd have to give was just it really taught me how to stand my ground and how to stand up for myself. Because if you really believe in what you're doing and you push for what you're doing, there will be all sorts of obstacles in your way, and there will be people hating on you, people telling you, your designs suck, your shop sucks. Um, there
Really?
will
People told
be,
you that for real though? Like just
oh my
because they were
gosh,
jealous or like
I I promise you I'm not exaggerating when I wake up and I get hate comments every single day for one reason or another. And it's
What?
oh yeah. Oh, all the time. Mostly from men. I mean, and I have men in who support the shop and they're wonderful, but mostly from men who, my shop aesthetic isn't gamer like, or I do speak up for women in gaming a lot, and so, they have a lot of choice words about that. So things like that constantly.
That's
But
crazy. I have never come across it.
yeah, on my shop or just for you
Just for
personally?
myself in my personal life, I've never come
Well, I'm
across that
glad.
before.
I'm really glad that you haven't because it doesn't feel great. When you play Valorant, you will.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go and start at my brother's house then.
Yes, or I fight back. So if you play with me, if someone comes after you, I'll go after them. I'm so we'll be in it together. But
Wolfie, you better come too. Hi,
yes,
Tamara, by
yes.
the way. I didn't get to say hi to Tamara. I did throw a shout out in there for her up in the chat. Tamara's birthday was yesterday, so go wish her a happy late birthday, you guys. She's the one I mentioned at the start of the call.
Oh, okay.
That was
Hi,
distracting
Tamara.
me.
I would so yeah, I would just say my biggest lesson that I've learned was that the obstacles that I faced were not the end of the world, and you just got to keep pushing through. I multiple times I thought, oh, this is it. I'm canceled. Like people hated what I just said, or wow, this design did not do well. I'm so bad. And then all of a sudden, things would turn around and a different design, I would just put it aside. I'd work on a different design and then that design would blow up. And then I would apologize if I've accidentally offended people, and then that would eventually blow over. So I think in this day and age, it's really easy to get caught up in like what the bullies tell you because there's a lot of bullies online and they just really get into your head and you feel like it's going to last forever and it doesn't. And that
Hmm.
was my biggest lesson.
Wow. That's wild. I can't believe you, like, every single day. I can't believe that.
Oh,
You
yes.
must, like, be made of steel at this point.
Um, it really has actually. It's helped my personal growth. I mean, I struggle with anxiety and honestly, I do struggle with trauma, so it's really helped me stand my ground. I mean, at this point, once you get enough of those comments, eventually it's just noise, and
Hmm.
you're like, ah, you know what, whatever, you don't matter anymore.
Hmm.
So, and then it's a different sort of a learning moment. You have to learn when not to respond, and then when it is appropriate to respond, when I personally feel like it's appropriate to fight back, when I shouldn't fight back and leave it alone. So um, there's a lot of growth that's come with this shop, for sure.
Wow.
Personal growth.
Wow. So much more than just a hoodie, you guys.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot involved, especially since I was gonna say one woman operation, but my husband does help me quite a bit with some back work, so
Hmm.
two-person operation.
Yeah, I know nothing about it. My husband actually owns a small business. It's like a physical business, it's like a staffing agency.
Okay.
So I don't know anything about business, but I hear that it's a struggle all the time. But I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
how.
Well, it's just you never think about you as just people in general. You would never think about what all goes into a business. Like, people on my page, they'll see, oh, I'm really happy and I'm just like loving life and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to decide to make a design today, put it online and then I'm done. Yippee. I mean, and I am happy and I love my job and I'm very candid with my followers, but there's so much more. I wake up to hundreds of emails, people asking questions like, do you have this size? Do you have that size? And then people yelling at me for one reason or another, like, why isn't my package here? And then, and then the DMs and the comments online, like people just being rude, saying, your shop isn't fit for gamers, blah blah. And then, so there's the finances aspect of it, and there's, oh, my shop's broken, how do I, there's so much. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it that you have to think about, which is why I have like multiple calendars and notebooks.
Wow, that's a lot of organization. Do you see my
Yes.
character?
Yes, I do.
I'm sitting here like,
It's a good thing that, my my anxiety works in my benefit because I do unfortunately struggle with OCD, and so that helps with the organizational process.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, wow. I feel like you're saying I can definitely relate to the anxiety. I have
Yes.
ADHD though, so the organization, the OCD, I'm the
Oh, I see.
opposite.
I
Like
see.
you don't
Yeah.
want to see this desk. Um
I understand completely. My husband's the same way.
so you deal with the opposite of yourself and oh, how is
Hmm.
that?
Oh yeah. I mean it works out because for the shop because his brain is wired differently from mine, so he sees things that I don't see, you know?
Mhm.
And he's very good at math and logistics and things that need to get done, and it is extremely helpful. But yes, he's not as organized as I am.
Mhm.
Um, so that's one of the many ways that I come in. Um, so yeah, no, it ended up working well, but no, he's my best friend. So as far as our relationship goes, it's great. We just, we
Mhm.
misunderstand each other sometimes, but we get through it.
Wow. Wow. Wolfie says, I feel the organization slash disorganization at different points in my life. I can
Yes.
see that being true for you, Wolfie. I'm just disorganized all the time. Um, so anyways, all right, let's see. Oh, so you mentioned about your designs. So like, do you make the designs? Do you commission artists? Is it like a mix of both? Like, how does that all come?
It is a mix of both, and it depends on the situation. So, yes, I do a lot of my designs. All of the designs in my shop are 100% my idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but some of them are specifically illustrated by me, and then others, if I'm getting overwhelmed with my many other responsibilities with my shop, and honestly, like sometimes I feel like I can't even like, grab a cup of coffee or anything, let alone make a design. So I have a designer that I work with who understands me perfectly, and I love her so much, and I have
Mm-hmm.
a few others that I work with as well. Um, I will do like a quick little crappy sketch for them and I'll like send them all these details of what I want. And I'm like, I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Can you please do this for me?
Mm-hmm.
And so then I pay them to help me with some of the designs in the shop. Um, and especially if it's I just recently I'm an artist with like, pencil and paper, but I illustration on my iPad is very new to me, so especially if it's a more complicated design and I feel like I'm not skilled enough for the detailed idea I have in my brain, then I'll push it onto them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how that works.
That's amazing. And can we guys, I'm sorry, I cannot talk. Can we all give her a big thank you for like just, I'm not done with questions, but a big thank you for like just taking the time to be here with us because you seriously must be super busy. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time.
Well, I appreciate that.
I
I
gave you
have
an applause
specifically,
on my
sorry.
soundboard.
Oh, sorry, I think you kind of cut out.
Oh, I gave you an applause on my soundboard. That's why.
Oh, I didn't hear it, but I appreciate the applause.
Hmm.
I've specifically given myself time off for the rest of the month, so it is
Good.
absolutely no problem, and I'm really flattered that you thought of me to interview you,
Oh,
to you to
I
interview
wanted
me.
to for a while. I was just too nervous to ask.
Oh,
I
well,
actually
I'm
have
happy you
wanted to
did.
do. Go ahead.
I just said I'm happy you did.
Thank you. I wanted to do this show for like a long time, like since like last July, and I've been like too nervous to ask people, and I finally asked my friend who's a streamer, Absurd Parrot, to like be my first episode to kind of like get it started, and he agreed, and then I like had like the courage to like ask other people. So you're
Awesome.
episode 2 because I've been thinking of you for like a while yet, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm excited to see what other interviews you do.
Yes, we might have a pretty interesting one next week, and I'm trying to make it like a big variety. So, like last week was a streamer, you're a shop owner, and then the person who I might have next is like totally different from both of those things. So, anyways, I want to ask you some more questions though.
Yeah.
So the artists, you collab, you make some, but they're all your idea, which is amazing. You're so freaking creative.
Thank you.
Okay, so you do some like sustainable products. Like, what can we know about like the sustainability like things that you get in your shop?
It's really, so that's actually one of the other many struggles of owning a business is, it's you go into my shop and you see all the options, and for me it took me a really long time to do research on the manufacturer and, their shipping times, their color options, their size options, because I want to be as inclusive as possible, and one of the most important ones is the sustainability of their products. So the manufacturers that I work with do they make it their mission to make their products and their packaging as sustainable as possible, and so that is really important to me. So yes, all the packaging and everything is eco-friendly, and I do my best to make sure that all the products in the shop are eco-friendly.
That's amazing. That's got to be really hard to find because I know that you can just real quick get something, but to
Right.
find sustainable products, which we so need, like biodegradable packaging and stuff, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's becoming a little easier to find because I think, very, very slowly, but progress is being made in the world where
Hmm.
people are understanding that we need to become eco-friendly. So, and I think a lot of manufacturers are jumping on that bandwagon, which is great. Whether or not they have, good intentions behind it, I'm glad that they're doing it.
Hmm.
So so yeah, it's good that I was able to find manufacturers I trust.
Wow, that's amazing. Welcome to the stream, Glow. Glow is working and lurking. Thank you for coming, Glow. Um, yeah, that's awesome. So let's see. So we already kind of touched on this, but what advice would you give to like any young gamer girl?
Gamer girl. I would say that, I guess I don't want to sound, stereotypical, but I don't listen to them if they tell you you're not a gamer. I think gamers come in all shapes and sizes, so to speak. I don't think you need to be good at games to be a gamer, and I think that that was a huge stereotype for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Was that, you needed to play shooter games and be super good at them and, like be one of the boys, and that's not what it is. If you enjoy games and you want to be a gamer, then you're a gamer. And, just like golfers, if someone came up to you and said, I'm a golfer, you wouldn't ask them, if they were really good at golf, otherwise they're not a golfer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just are. And so, and absolutely, T just said it as well, massive misconception that you need to be good to be considered a gamer. Yeah, just like any other hobby, there are,
Well, I'm not good at Fortnite and I'm
right.
still a Fortnite gamer, so.
Right. You can be great at games, you can be not great at games, but it's all about enjoying the game. So if you enjoy the game, you're a gamer and you shouldn't let
Mm-hmm.
anybody tell you otherwise. And there are going to be people who, are very close-minded, and I would just encourage you to either fight back if you feel like you're comfortable fighting back, or, just ignore them if you feel like it's best to ignore them.
Mm-hmm. T says massive misconception that you need to be good to be considered a gamer. And everyone starts out not knowing how to play them, so like everyone was bad at them at one point, right?
Well, yeah, and I think since there are more girls playing and women both playing video games more than ever,
Mm-hmm.
because it was considered primarily a male-dominated hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we're just starting to play, we're not going to be great, whenever we just start. And anyone can start at any age, at any time. You don't have to be good. So,
Mm-hmm.
we all start somewhere, like you said.
Yeah, I like, I played some games like with my brother here and there, but I didn't really start playing by myself, like really getting into it until I was 20 freaking 7. So,
Right. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, and then you love it, and that's what's important.
Super love it. And for me, like during, I actually got Animal Crossing the day before I got the Switch with Animal Crossing the day before my second daughter was born. So for me, like being home on maternity leave and playing Animal Crossing, it was like so good for like anxiety and stuff because it was the start of 2021 and we still were not able to go out very much. So, yeah.
I have such vivid visions of my future, of me and my husband and our future kids
Hmm.
playing games together, and I'm so excited.
My 3.5-year-old literally knows how to play Animal Crossing now. She just bought her first house. Like, she just got out of the tent.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's kind of like starting to learn how to read because of it. Because she's like, Mama, help me. And I'm like, no, you have to read.
I just don't know what to do with my kids with online games.
Hmm.
I would need to figure out how to navigate that because whenever I play Valorant, there'll occasionally be a kid who comes in and they're like much younger, like I mean like 7 years old or something,
Really?
playing, yes, playing these intense games. And there are mean people online, like there, it gets pretty brutal. And so it's really, I just think about that situation and I'm like, what kind of a era is this where I don't know, I can't imagine letting my kids do that. I'm no fault to any of the parents. I'm not a parent myself, so I don't know what that's like. It's just, it blows my
Probably a
mind
lot of
that
times the
kids that
parents
young
don't
are
even
able to play
know.
online.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have no idea, but it just it just blows my mind that kids that young are online playing games, and it scares me for my future kids. So that's going to be a lesson I'm going to have to learn.
That's crazy. I'm not there yet. I'm a Switch Lite, 3.5-year-old on the couch, very happy, doesn't even know what the internet is. So when I get to 7 or 8 years
Yes.
old, I'll let you know.
Yes, please. Yes, I want to be as prepared as I can be at least.
Yeah, she doesn't know really what the internet is yet, I don't think. I don't think that she has a good understanding yet.
No.
So
I don't think
I'll
any
let
of
you
us
know.
really have a good understanding about the internet, so.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm learning so many interesting things from you. Thank you so much again.
Yeah.
So, okay, so just being a gamer girl, that's your advice. And what about your advice for like any young woman that wants to start a business?
Um, I think a little bit of what I said earlier, it's just, it's gonna take time and there's gonna be a lot of error. And I feel like you need to have the understanding that you're going to fail when in one way or another, and that's only going to help you. Um, and you can take time to process it. Like there are many days, even still, where something happens to me and I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to recover from this. And then I always do because I push myself to figure it out. Um, so starting your shop, like do do as much research as you can, figure out what kind of shop you're wanting. There are always going to be resources for you online, and people like me who would be willing to talk with you about it. Um, but you shouldn't get anxious about, wanting your shop to be perfect on day one because it's not going to be. I
Hmm.
had like a cheap little Etsy shop with 3 designs, and that's what I started off with, and I'm making quite a bit of money now, which has been great. So,
That's awesome. I
yeah.
did exclamation point creator again. You guys can all do it too. Make sure I know you might not all wanting to be like going to shop right now, but give her a follow on Instagram if you haven't already. She always has like amazing things to say and super interesting posts. So do that, y'all. Let's see. What do you think the next big game to come out will be? Like, what do you have on your like on your set on your sights of like what's gonna like be super popular?
Well, I think that there's going to be, it depends on, what you're into, but for me personally, I am anxiously waiting for Breath of the Wild 2 because Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time. And I was super bummed when I learned when Nintendo announced that they weren't going to release it this year after they said that they would. Um, so I think they said that it'll come out next year instead. So I think there's a lot of people really looking forward to the second Breath of the Wild from the Legend of Zelda series.
One of our mods, Ricky, I know he's in school right now, so he's not here, but he's gonna watch this back and he's gonna hear you say that and he's gonna be like, yes! So, because that's one of
I
his favorite games.
Yes, I love Breath of the Wild. As far as like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other game people are really anticipating. And I can't think of it past Breath of the Wild. That was immediately the first one I thought of. But, I'm also not super adept in every genre of games, but that's at least what I'm really looking forward to.
Hmm. Oh man, I
Oh,
have only
Hogwarts
played about 40
Legacy.
minutes of the regular Breath of the Wild, so that's another one I need to get into.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Breath of the Wild is fantastic. And T is right. Hogwarts Legacy. I forgot about that one. People are really looking forward to that.
Okay.
I haven't
Yeah.
really looked into it a lot, but oh, and Puff Pals,
Oh, I've
which
heard of this. What is Puff
T might
Pals?
laugh at me about. So I know very little, but I think the shop is called Fluff Nest or something. And it's a shop where they literally just sell plushies and like cute little plushies, and they've decided to make their own video game. And it's basically Animal Crossing, but
Oh,
with like these cute little characters based off of their plushies, and it's
is
so
that the
cute. And
one with
I'm
like the really, really, really cute, like kawaii looking like graphics?
Possibly. I'm not sure, but everybody's really excited about it. All the cozy Animal Crossing lovers are excited about this game. So
Oh, I
Puff
might need to find
Pals,
that one.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think your followers would really enjoy learning about Puff Pals.
Hmm.
They have their Kickstarter going right now. So people can donate, and I think they're gonna put it out on the Switch, which is great. Um, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be some sort of like a Webkins type vibe where you need to
Hmm.
like where you can buy plushies for some sort of like
Yes.
special editions or something. That would be amazing.
Oh my God, I wish that we had a reaction of like the cute Animal Crossing eyes, because that's what I want to do right now. Like the anime eyes, like,
Yes.
oh my gosh. All right, so I lost my spot. Oh my God. So what do
That's
you
okay.
think? So we did the poll. Is the poll not closed? Wolfie, of the poll of the favorite villager personality type, did everyone vote of Alyssa's
Yep.
favorite villager personality type? I need those I need those results, guys, before she reveals her answer. I did not make a
So
poll for this one though. What is your favorite Pokemon type?
what's I I like all the cute ones. I like Jigglypuff. I'm very stereotypical. So whatever, isn't he like a fairy? Isn't he a fairy? Is that what that is?
I think so.
Am I wrong? I don't know. I
He's a
think I like the
puffy little
fairies.
cute thing.
Yes, that's that's my favorite Pokemon type is the puffy little cute ones.
Oh, we crashed, but we're back now. So I
Okay.
don't know what was up with that. We're back. Um, I don't know. Streamlabs, I swear, my internet is fine. I know my internet is fine. I checked like 5 times. So Jigglypuff is your favorite Pokemon. What's your favorite? Oh, so the type of Jigglypuff is. What
I
type
love
is Jigglypuff?
He's a
I,
fairy, I thought, right? I'm gonna look it
I don't
up.
think Fairy's a type though. I think he's a normal
Oh, I
type.
don't know. I don't know a whole lot about Pokemon. What type of
Okay.
Pokemon is Jigglypuff? He is. Oh, well, I thought that there'd be like a straight answer, and there was not. Oh yeah, wait. Jigglypuff is a dual type fairy Pokemon.
Oh,
Oh,
then
look at
you were
that.
right.
I knew
It's
something.
normal fairy. I didn't know that fairy was a type. Okay. I just like we did villager type. I just want to throw in Pokemon this time. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we don't even know Pokemon types. Okay. Well, I'm gonna kill the poll and I'm just gonna have you answer because stream
Sure.
crashed and all that. So, but I'll say my guess at the same time that you say your answer, okay?
Okay, and this is my favorite personality
Villager
type.
personality type.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Ready to answer in three,
Yes.
2, 1.
Big sister.
Normal. Did you say big sister?
Yes.
Okay, what's your favorite like big sister?
Oh man, I just Cherry because she was my very, very, very first villager on my very first island.
Dude, do you see my map right now?
Your map?
Do you see my
Uh
map?
oh, yes, now I see it. Yes.
I
Oh,
also
yes.
love her.
I of course I'm all about the aesthetic, so the cute little animals get to me the most, but Cherry has my heart because she was my very first one, and I love the big sister personality because I feel like
Aw.
that's very me. So that's who I love.
Aw. Yeah, Cherry, I got her, like, I traded around for her. Poppy is, like, my ultimate love. My first villager was Phoebe, though, and I really liked
Oh,
Phoebe. I never got her real, like, firehouse, though, which I thought was really disappointing, so.
Phoebe, is she what animal is she?
She's the ostrich, but she's, like, orange and
Oh, that's
yellow, and
right.
she's got, like a lava firehouse.
I was gonna say, I remember her being a bird of some kind.
Yeah, she's the ostrich type. All right. Well, I feel like I learned so much, and thank you so much for taking the time for this interview. And everyone, I know that stream crashed and people are just kind of just starting to come back, but I'm going to put the recording up as well. But thank you so much. I'm going to give you another round of applause here.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. I wish I could be in the room. The
No
room is so
worries.
cute. Thank you so much for making that for me.
Maybe we inspired you to play Animal Crossing some more anyways.
Oh my gosh,
So,
yes. I've played it. I played it a lot, especially whenever the downloadable content came out. So I'm gonna continue that
all
for sure.
right. All right. Yeah, make some cute cottagecore neutral tone things. This is not my normal aesthetic. I'm like a super colorful in your face, but I had a lot of fun making this little room for you. So
Thank
go
you.
make your cute aesthetic things.
I will.
And I'm going to end our call. Thank you so much again and have a lovely day. And please feel better soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you for adapting to that and letting me not do the video call. I was not up for it after I woke up feeling the way I do now.
No
So thank you.
worries. I got two kids. I've woke up many times feeling
Oh
like
yes,
that. So,
that's fair.
all
Well,
right.
thank you so much for having me. I really appreciated you
Oh,
reaching
you're
out.
so welcome. All right. Take care, Alyssa. Bye bye.
Bye.